So what I did in the last episode was I took a engine out and a lot of electrical parts from a running Honda C90, and the plan is, well, this is what all that stuff's going to go into. A Honda Cub 90 Sports. Today, the plan is to strip down everything out, essentially. So we're going to take the tank off. I've already taken the seat off, take the engine out, and then start to deassemble the wiring loom and see what I need to do there. We'll have to do some electrical tests. I've got another battery here. So the plan is to make this bike run on the original key, the original lights, etc, etc. So it means that I need to take some parts of the loom and replace certain parts, and I'll see how I go from there. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. But the biggest thing today I want to try is actually see if this engine will fit in here, because it looks like it's a maybe, and I think, I don't know, hopefully it fits, but I think the bolt, I presume the bolts are going to line up, but there's a chance they might not. And yeah, we're going to probably change. I'm not sure if we're going to use this carburetor or a Honda C90 carb. They're both a 90cc carburetor, but I'm just not sure, because even though I have rebuilt this carb, it is now looking like 2 years ago. So it'd be interesting. And is there fuel in here? Yes, as he checks without putting a tap underneath to see if there's actually fuel. Okay, so there's no fuel in this petrol tank. This is not the original tank. This is we have to also work out a way to mount this on properly. But I will get to that later on. And I have a welder, so I should be able to make something up. Ow, and I've just put my knee into the lawnmower spike. Oh! So I've got the carburetor out and the inlet pipe. Just undoing the foot pegs. And I've got the exhaust off. And I'm just undoing the foot pegs. And my socket is now well and truly stuck on that bolt I've just undone. It took a bite out of the bolt. Can't get the blooming thing off. I have to, I don't know, stick a bit of WD-40 on there and see if that will come off. And I'm streaming, and there's been quite a few people in today, which is pretty good, considering it's a mid-afternoon. This is not looking great here. We've got some very bad bolts to come undone. This is going to be a bit of a struggle. Bit of a struggle. Not all as easy as the first one. Okay. I'm using a JIS kit, which is a Japanese industry standard. They have slightly different screws to us, and they should grip. If I had used an all posi drive, I think that would have rounded off. Now they're pretty much loose. Oh, I'm sweating bullets after doing this because they already looked a bit rounded, like someone has obviously in its life they've undone this with a normal screwdriver rather than using the Japanese industry standard one. And because of that, this one's a bit stiff, but it is coming. So yeah, I just thought I'd hook up the battery just to see that the 6-volt stuff's still working. So all the wiring's still there, still intact. Oops. Mostly. So I just wanted to see if it all... See how dim this is. You can see how dim this light is. It's on. Well, that's about as... It might get a bit bright when the engine's running. But yeah, it's does all still work, which is fantastic, and I just want to get it to... You can see the power drain when you go from on to indicators. I don't think there is brake lights on this actually. I have no idea if there is. So if I turn this back to here, we go. Yeah, so hopefully this can all be sorted out. Right, so I'm just putting the engine in, well, to see if it will fit. Actually, let's get my light so you can see. Just getting my engine in so it will fit. And yeah, it's going in okay on one side, but on the other side, let me just step over. I've got it set up like this at a bad angle because of the live stream and stuff. Right, so at the other side, this bit here is yeah, it's going to need a little bit of, so I'm going to mark it out I guess and just shave a little bit off of the frame. Maybe that will allow it to slot in. I'm not going to do a lot, I'm just going to do a little bit of shaving, maybe even just a file to shave it down, just a touch. It's not going to be a lot, it's just a few millimeters literally. And then I can cut that out and then hopefully see how close the bolts are to lining up. Let me just have my light in there so you can see. See, the bolt is so close to lining up it is. It's just a millimetre out it is from fitting. It needs to be sort of exact. But once this lines up then it's in and it shouldn't have any problems. So it's just that little bit I need to mark out and cut out. Right, this is going to be fun. A fun few attempts to try and do this.
So yes, massive shout out to Peter and to Gremlin. Thank you so much for donating on stream. I've received a few other donations from other people. I put all your names up on the wall of Simport. The wall of Simport, all your names are there. Alternatively, there is a Patreon, but if you want to donate on stream or whatever, buy a sticker, all that stuff's in the thing, and all that money goes towards helping me continue making these silly, stupid builds and making these videos. So yeah, I guess if you've made it this far, don't forget to like, drop it a comment maybe, and yeah, subscribe, whatever. Anyway, back on with the video. Now, it's highly recommended that you do this job using a circle saw or electric saw or something. Angle grinder, that's the one. I didn't. I did this all by hand using a file and a handsaw. So it took quite a while, and I didn't want to cut too much off at a time, so I was taking off tiny, tiny increments before I did any damage. So, I've cut a little bit out of the frame. Try to get the engine again. This has taken a very long time to do, using a handsaw. It's in, both bolts are in, we're fitting, and it's solid, it's not moving, and it's moving a little bit, but once I bolt it up it won't move. But yeah, that's in. Right, so now the fun begins. Now the real fun begins. How do I do this? I guess I kind of want to hook a battery up to it, maybe? Just so I can see if I can... Okay, the basics is hook it up and kick it to see if it sparks. So we want to hook the ignition coil in, and that's it. We don't want to hook anything else to it. Good start, actually. That's a good shout. Well, it's getting cold, and I'm getting confused, and this is not easy. So, trying to wire this up, and I can't work it. Well, I don't know. I'm being dumb. I'm trying to just wire it up so it sparks. So I'm going to try and come back. I'm going to redesign, write down everything I need to, you know, redraw out everything I need to connect. Got the wiring diagrams because I've actually got a 1970s Haynes manual, or it's printed in 1973 or something like that. The Haynes manual was, and here I took some pictures on my phone. And luckily, some people work from, well, people now working from home, etc. We thought we'd invest in a laser printer. And yeah, that's black and white, but it's fantastic. And spent all morning setting up the wireless stuff on all the phones and laptops in the house. Absolutely a nightmare, but needs must, and inkjet is rubbish. So, well, for printing letters and stuff. But yeah, now I've got the wiring loom. And I didn't want to bring the entire manual in here because it's 1973, it looks really nice, so I don't want to ruin it. Anyway, so yes, off on a tangent, sorry. And I am just going to try and follow it back, work out which wires are which, hook them up, and see if I can get that to function as my key. Which will be, yeah, awesome. I'm not actually streaming today, I'm just going to chill out for a little bit and do this. I don't know, maybe you're streaming paranoid or whatever, but I've actually managed to get this wired up now. I've actually got spark, so we're heading in the right direction. So, I don't know how many hours I'm into this build now. It's, I think, 8 hours into this build. Another day of just doing this slowly, and hopefully I'll get there. But the plan is, get this wiring loom sort of redone, change all the light bulbs everywhere. I've seen one bulb that I don't have a 12 volt version of, but I'm going to see if I can put something else in there for now. We'll see. I'm going to rummage all my spare parts and see what I've got. I'm sure I've got something somewhere that might work. Okay, I'm just, man, sweating bullets here trying to take these nuts and bolts out, but look at that. I managed to get that out, I can't believe it. It was someone who already mullered it, so they've obviously changed the bulbs at some point in this 55-year life of this bike, and they've absolutely mullered this. So I'm going to have to keep these to one side. I'm going to have to get some of these screws, put it on my list of bits to get. Collecting all the bulbs in here. Got my wiring diagrams all there, and I put the stream back on, and we're talking about KTMs and how rubbish they are. And that's it. That was just because what was either on sale or on offer, that's what I got. It wasn't, and I just kept with that, to be honest. I thought, well, this is fine. My bike is really snatchy though. Like, it is just, it's handy because if you want to do a wheelie, you don't have to think too hard.
You can just it doesn't. It's not twist and the front will come up. But I don't use the clutch to wheelie my bike, so I just literally just bounce on the suspension and it comes up, which I think is quite impressive for a. But I swear, all that weight going to the back wheel is not recommended for a heavy Honda 250. I'm not looking forward to this bit. This is where the headlight comes apart and it reveals like 1,000 spiders inside. Oh, good lord, it is as well. Flee what's near. Whoa! Ugh. Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't know if I can deal with that. That's quite bad. Ooh. That's quite a lot of spiders in there. I wasn't expecting that. Ooh. We got yourself a little nest in there, have we? How long have you been living in there? Charge you rent. Oh. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Guys, I'm shaking. Like I'm shaking, and I don't like spiders, and I can take tolerances. You know, I think no one likes spiders really. I mean, you know, we can tolerate them, but there's a limit, and I think I've just met my limit. I can't. I don't think I can carry on taking the bulb up. Can I want to detach the bulb, but I don't want to. Oh, it's not even wired in properly. I just don't want to. I've got to take the bulb out. I've got to take the headlight out. And I've got to take the other bulb that goes there. And I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to plug the camera SD card in. I'm going to show you on stream. Hang on. Well, no, I can't, but like I don't even know what I don't even like looking at that, to be honest. Right, I'm going to click away so I can't see it. But yeah, can you see that? Can you see that? I'm not looking at the screen now. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. This is like Alien. This is like, I don't know, like a horror movie. I need to disconnect them wires. I don't want to deal with this. There's at least 2 or 3 big boys in there, isn't there? Look at the size of them. How am I going to get in there? Just suck out. Solid there, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, I think that'll do. Alright. Thanks for popping by, guys. I've done a lot of work on this. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but made some good progress today anyway. With my wiring diagrams and stuff. So I need to order 12 volt versions of these bulbs to get the rest of it going. So far so good, yeah. Apart from Spider City that I just had to deal with. Again, found out where the capital was. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna go. So goodbye.